We want to welcome you to the final part of our section, and the first presentation here will be localization, website localization for LSPs, and it will be delivered by Sergey Yuryev from Launcher.
Thank you. And I must warn you that I will use English, so if you want to hear Russian translation, you better wear headsets. So I believe we can start, right? Okay. So hi, my name is Sergey Yuryev, and I'm the founder of iLangL company. iLangL is abbreviation Interactive Language Localization, and my company is developing a solution for seamless integration between multiple content data sources and translation environments. And basically, I help my client to incorporate translations in different languages within websites and reduce translation management costs. And our product is equally helpful for even for small translation agencies without any technical department or any website localization experience before. So when I received invitation to this conference, I found it as an excellent opportunity to share our experience in website localization projects and to share with you vision about what is website localization service today. And I hope that you will find something new from this demo and will be more successful in website localization service. So here's the agenda, and first of all, I want to talk about what does it mean, website localization and website localization services. I also want to share our experience about how to properly start the website localization project, because it's a very important step. And of course, we will review technologies that are required at the current moment for successful website localization service. And before we start, I would like to ask you, those who already had experience with website localization, just raise your hands. Okay, excellent. Yeah, so the thing that we are provide a solution, and each integration project for us is our experience that we aggregate and improve our solution. But in some cases, we can't improve something because it depends on the processes, not technologies. So we find the case when technologies can't completely help our clients. And it's just important to explain and deliver message from our side about how translation agencies can be efficient in website localization service. So what is the website localization goal? Website localization is a way through which companies broadcast their messages across the globe to different markets and cultures. And the role of translation agency to help your clients deliver this message timely and adopt it for local culture. And the purpose is to highly engage your audience and increase company global presence at different markets. And this is basically called website localization service. And the question why it's important for translation agency to offer such service to your clients. The thing is, when clients came to you with a request to translate some document or some content, it means that he is very close to be global already going to go global. And website is a primary tool for the company to do this. So sooner or later, your clients who just order some translations might come to you and say, hey, we need a website localization service. And the questions are how good you're ready for this. So, and if you want to build strong business relations with your clients, website localization it's a must-have feature to provide full package of translation services. And actually, website localization it's a quite complex and challenging project. And from perspective of company, from a perspective of localization manager, what you do with the content, all this complex flows, is just one step in client workflow. And the task of localization manager is just synchronize the content from master language to target languages, and assuring that localized content fitted well to client content strategy. From perspective of translation agency, it's looks like a very different flow. He expects that, so project manager expects that some content will be delivered from client, and this content will go through advanced, probably translation flow with all technologies that we are discussing at this conference. It might apply a lot of different resources to accomplish translation, and
этого перевода и
just delivers the content back to client. And for website localization, do you think it's enough? If we review, if we try to combine these flows, and we can see that this is a very advanced flow, and it's have one vision from client's side and the another from translation agency. And the case success of providing successful website localization service is to adapt two different flows, two different sites into the one. And here it's like might look. And with current setup, the responsibilities of project manager might be much more higher than in comparing with simple document translation. So the project manager, it's your side, need to know about the client processes, understand the entire flow at both sides, and need to be aware about technologies that can be used to optimize this flow. And of course, you need to be able to manage issues that can be raised on both sides of this flow. And to do this, it's very important to have very clear communication with your client about all these processes. Also, it's very important to understand the difference between document translation and content localization. From our experience, translation agencies try to apply the pattern of experience from translation of the documents to the content localizations. And I think it's a source of the most problems. For successful website localization service, we actually recommend to dedicate a project manager or entire team to work only with website localization, and combining the translation of the documents and content localization might be not a good practice. Why? Let's review project life cycle of the website. So it's always start from integrations. It's a very important step, and So when it's done, the localization manager sends the content to translation agency for translation. Project manager translated and delivered it back, and after this, localization manager just publish results to the website. And this is ideal situation because in real world, when you send the final translated package to your client, it doesn't mean that project is over. In real situations, a lot of events, mostly not pleasant for translation agency, might happen that will trigger a new round of translation round trips. And for example, client forgot to include some content in translation scope, or when you are sent translation and he applied to the website, he find localization issues or issues in translated content, which need to be fixed, and affected content need to be translated once more. And in some cases, clients constantly try to improve content structure by changing templates or website layout, and this also affects the content, and it's required to be that's trigger translation round trips more and more, again and again, I mean. So when you are designing this integration step, it's very important to review all these round trips like native part of project lifecycle. And you need to make sure that your costs to manage each such round trips is under control. Basically, we recommend to remove any manual steps and automate all processes and these steps as much as possible. Otherwise, you might out of the project budget, and no one will be happy. And this is just an example that shows that content localization project is different because you can't manage entire process and translation scope. So this is why content translation is required your manager to involve deeply at client processes infrastructure. So when client comes to you with a new localization project, where to start from? You see, and from our experience, we don't have any project that was the same. So each case is unique, and each case requires applying unique individual approach. And when you start discussing a new project, it should be always dialogue. And you need to discuss mostly three important topics to get an idea about, required integration. So first of all, you need to get an idea about content strategy of the client. Content strategy can help you to define the client processes, client requirements, and how you can fit your processes with clients. You also need to ask to get an idea about localization experience. Very often clients for a long time working with only one language, and he are very good in publishing and maintaining the content. But without localization experience, client might expect from you to design his integration, and he can rely on your experience. So based on localization experience, you can define how many efforts from your side will require. And of course, very important to get an idea about system requirements, which is help you to define right technologies for integration with client side. And when translation agency are came to us with a request for some integration. They are always asking what information you need, what we should ask the clients. And we are prepared the list of questions that can help you to identify the right integration. So the first group is you should ask your client what's website technology. Is this CMS or custom built website? And is it support multilingual content? These answers of these questions will help you to identify the right technology. What is a good solution for this client? The next questions is about how many languages are currently presented with the website, how many new languages client want to add to the website, and what is the size of the website. It helps you to allocate the right amount of resources to this project. And it's also impact on the technology, because if it's a small project, it requires simplest integration solutions. But if it's a very big project with many target languages, it might require more integration efforts. And yeah. So and also exist red indicators of possible integration issues. So you need to ask how fresh the website, when it was launched, and is there any ongoing development activities. We don't recommend to start any localization before site is done. Otherwise, the integration cost might be very high. From best practice, we always suggest to start the project from one target language. When you have localization for one target language, you can solve all possible issues in integration and do not multiple these issues to amount of target languages. And the best practice also is to start ordering the content by small packages. Don't try to put all content into the one, because big package is increase round trip time, and you might find some issues at the early stages when all content is translated, and it will be too late to fix something in original exported content. So let's review the stack of technologies that is required to provide successful localization. And from our practice, it's very important to use CAT tools and translation instruments that support simultaneously or online translation. And the reason is that with size of the ordered content, amount of target languages, you need, and project deadline, of course, you need to be managed, you need to scale your translated project and make sure that you are fit to project deadlines. And also websites, the size of the website start from couple thousands up to million words, and without online translation you might, like Kima said, deliver the content when it was already expired. So you need to have fast translation turnaround. The other very important technology is integration solution. I think we are okay with CAT tools. Any of you already use it, and actually, yeah, CAT tools are support. So yeah, we already discussed it, and I would like to focus at integration solutions. And basically, there are three major approaches for localization. And the first one is website in-house translation, which are market red. And this is because it's so website in-house translation. It's when your supplier expects that your customer expects that your suppliers will translate content directly at the website, and this is a really bad approach. And this is a bad approach because nowadays under the market pressure and time to market is reduced day per day. And with advanced technologies, project life cycle is lower, and clients are required more tight deadlines. And when you translate something manually or even support manual file exchange, you are not able to provide competitive service and manage translation costs with website localization. So you need to remove all manual steps and automate all what is possible. And to do it, we are review for two approaches: proxy translation and connectors. So proxy translation, it's an approach in which the content is translated and stored at a third-party system. And basically in this approach, in which proxy is configured between end user and website. So when end user send requests to website for some target language, for example Spanish, and try to load some page, proxy translation catch this request. It's load master page, then it identifies the language for the requested by client, and on the fly apply translation to the page and return client translated page. So the main idea that translated content is not stored as a website, and proxy translation system are responsible for delivering the content for the right language, and it's also allow clients manage translations in the system. So it's when it started, it's just crawl the website and extract master content, and then suppliers can, in proxy translation system, translate this content for target languages. And the next slide, I will show you the pros and cons of this approach. So the pros is that this system is really easy for integration, and it's the integration starting of translation for this approach is very quick. And the next pros is compatibility. Proxy translation basically can work with any system because it doesn't require it to know about the website infrastructure, how the content stored or modified. It just takes the final result, which is page, and apply translation. So it can work with any system, and yeah, it's very cool feature. Especially the biggest value I see in proxy translation when client came to you and the client website doesn't support multilingual content, and instead of move the client website to some new platform or provide some additional development to add this support, you just can use proxy translation, and I think this is the biggest value of this technology. But of course, simplicity has a plus and minuses, and it's true about proxy translation. The disadvantage of the proxy translation is that for localized content, you actually don't have a real website. And when you try to open some translated content, you actually just get a reflection of the master language. And these are add limitations for target content. You are not able to, for example, if client want to change a layout for target language or publish some content for target language partially, it won't work with proxy translation. It's when you change something at master language, it will appear immediately for all languages. And so you need to translate all content or use machine translation to just hide this fact. And of course, if your client have an advanced content strategy and they want to control everything and localize the content as well, with proxy translation, you can do it within website because actually website don't have this localized content. It's all stored in proxy translation. And one more concern is about integration with translation environments. Because of translations are done inside of proxy translation and companies who develop these solutions are focused at client needs, it's a question how good they are what is translation cost it's take from you to translate this content inside of the system, or how well these systems integrated with your CAT tools. And the second approach is user connectors. It works well when client website is built with help of some of content management systems, which are very popular to build dynamic websites, or client just build our tool with multilingual support. And this works in next way. When client send request to website, website just returns the right language version for request, and basically that's it. And usually content management systems provide some tools to translate the content in the site, but of course these tools can't compare with professional translation tools. And the connectors are used to export the content from master languages to CAT tool, apply professional translation, which is, of course, help you to reduce translation costs by using different technologies such like translation memories, term bases, machine translations, etc. And when project is done, it's connector help you to deliver the result back to the website. So that's how it works, and let's take a look how good it is. So the pros of this approach is that with connector you can seamlessly integrate client process with your process. For client it will be just one single translation step, and connectors very well integrated with CMS tools, so for you to also won't be a problem for integration, and it can very well adapt to different processes. And this because our translated content will be part of website system, your client can take the advantages of CMS to manage the workflow for translated content, and the pros. So it's very this approach is very well for client with strong content strategy and for a big projects. And disadvantages, it's integration costs. Connector, when you build connector, you need to, so when your client came to you with a website, you need to build a special connector for this website, because connector need to know about the way how to extract the content from website, how to deliver it back, and its compatibility might be an issue. So you need to find some ready solutions with connectors or build your own. And of course, even if you have a connector, it's still each time when you have a new website, you need to properly configure it to extract the right content and deliver it back. So and it's increased integration costs. When your client have only one language at the website and don't support multilingual content, this approach won't work. So if we are back to the question, what technologies is better to use? I think it's a wrong question, because these technologies is not fight against each other. Both are good for different cases, and I'm actually surprised when some translation agencies choose only one approach and start holy wars about that our solution is better and we don't use another one. It's if you have both technologies in your technology stack, it will guarantee you that you are cover all cases from your clients and you provide good integration solutions for each individual case. And if compare proxy translation and connectors, for me, it's very similar to rent apartment and buying the house. So it's just different cases of the same process. So, what is required for success in website localization? First of all, it's a good services and a dedicated team. So you need to have dedicated teams that are focused only at website localization and constantly try to improve the experience. And of course, it's very important to have right technologies and tools. And at the current moment, at the market, we have a lot of great services that can help you. And our services can help you to integrate with help of CMS connectors. And from our practice, I don't recommend you to try to develop such solutions yourself. It's better to choose right vendor, and if you have some development resources, just spend them to properly, seamlessly integrate it with your internal flow. I heard a couple of suggestions from this conference that you need to build connectors, and just provide you an example why it's might be an issue. For example, WordPress. I believe all of you hear about this website, and when we start building connectors to WordPress, looks very simple. We just start to export content from content types like pages and posts, and we think that we are cover all cases. But when we start real projects, we find that each WordPress website is unique because from the out of the box, WordPress don't support multilingual content, and I know at least 5 modules that extend WordPress website with multilingual content, and all of them do it in the separate way. So you need, if you want to cover all cases, you need to support all these modules. And because of WordPress is a highly extendable CMS, at the current moment, I believe they have around 46,000 of modules that can be installed at this WordPress website and add additional content types. And this is something that is, if you build just a connector for one client, it's high possibility that you can't use the same solution for another client. So we recommend just to work with professionals and integrate as a solution to your workflow. Yeah, so that's I think basically it, and you're welcome to ask questions.
Саша, на любом можно спрашивать, перевод идет.
Спасибо. Просто мне на русском быстрее. Подскажите, а вы когда...
I'll ask my question in Russian. When you bill your client, do you include in your bill integration costs as a separate item, or do you include them into the translation cost as such? Okay. we work with these companies and we provide integration services. And the pricing policies of those companies is their own responsibility, but by and large they don't include it in the per word translation cost because it makes pricing model more complicated. And my second question is this: do you have any set of recommended software stacks for clients who just start their new projects, new sites, and they choose something for easiest localization when there are just 2 or 3 target languages? Well, the number of languages does not have any particular impact on the complexity of that integration. What does have that impact is the amount of content and how many types of content are stored there. But in terms of technology, we recommend, when I mentioned online tools, we recommend MemSource as the online tool which allows quick and easy start of website localization start. So what about CMS? You know, we want to see some sort of all-inclusive solution for a new client who just starts their website, because usually when clients approach us, they already have their own solution, and our task is to use connectors with minimum efforts from the client side to integrate the translation environment with the client's website, and this is our core task. Thank you. Thank you.